We at Bluelight CRM provide a ready-made, out-of-the-box CRM product for the NFP sector. We find that certainly both the product and I suppose a differentiating factor with us is while we spend an awful lot of time on the product itself, it's also very much about the delivery. The challenge of remaining relevant and responsive, I think, in the face of technological change is probably the biggest challenge. Certainly in terms of not both the traditional platforms, the LinkedIns, the Facebooks, the Twitters of this world, where they provide content engagement in a very, very direct way, but also some of the more niche, industry-specific competitors, often commercial, who are able to an extent, pick off your members because they offer a slightly more direct, slightly slicker, slightly more focused service. So I think that's probably certainly for a very large proportion of the NFP market, it's probably a fight for survival. I think we keep coming up against the same challenges, I suppose. Certainly the alignment of strategic objectives with transformation projects is something that is often missing, often misunderstood. I mean, we rush to the what and the how way before we ask the why. I think another important one, again, there's so many to think about, but I think appropriate resourcing is also big, particularly around the not-for-profit sector, which might be smaller, might be a little bit less able to deliver specialist services as part of a transformation project, particularly one that could last for a number of years and isn't necessarily just technology. So the understanding and appropriate resourcing of a project, both during but particularly right after, to get that ongoing benefits as envisaged by the original objective. That's a real challenge for a lot of organisations. We're very excited to be presenting this year. It's hot off the press, it's very, very recent. It's actually a very interesting story because we met them at last year's TechSmart. So it's a little bit like kind of coming home and reporting back a little bit. It's a success story, but we don't want to necessarily sell the successes so much, although I think some of the experiences are very interesting, but particularly some of the challenges.